Yeah, there we are. Audition's today, so don't fall asleep.
What? We're on?
Yeah.
Is there anyone around yet?
No. Yeah. Okay, even though, oh my god, the lighting is not doing wonders for my skin. So audition, I'm gonna restart my computer. Yep. Yeah, it's almost like I didn't, I... Oh, by the way, Jay.
Yes. Oh,
There's
why?
2 people in there.
What?
Yeah, as I said.
I'm not even waving to the. Oh god, not this game again.
Well.
What's this light behind me? We need to move this mirror so that it's not.
Okay. Well, you put it back then. All right. So I am currently in the process of getting my computer ready for recording the live stream. This is my microphone. It's a microphone.
Yeah. Okay. I've solved that. I've just shown everyone how like messy and packed radish your room is.
Is it pack radish?
Yeah.
Here goes.
More or less like a pack rat.
Hello, Riku. I'm glad that I hope it's not like 4 in the morning for you, by the way. But I'm glad that you're able to make it. I'm still waiting on my computer to be a computer.
It's got to compute some things, and then some other things.
It's also taking a while to reset. I don't know what's wrong with my computer.
It's just old.
No, it's not.
It's a bit old. How old is it?
I don't know.
What, 4 years?
No.
Well, it's got to be at least 3.
No.
Have you not had it since I've...
No, I've known you for longer than I've had this computer.
Oh, odd. Okay. Good on that.
Okay, they need a poo.
Why does the robot even poop?
Okay, I need to share the... You can play and I have to share
I
the
don't
link.
really want to. I hate this game.
I know, but you play. Then the robots have to poo because, I don't know, they have to.
Oh, we've gained
They just gotta.
monies.
They just gotta.
I'm playing the game. Look, they're running... Look, it's the best game.
Oh no, it actually is 4 in the morning.
Oh my
Dorothy.
god, she can ski. Look at her ski. Look at her amazing run animation.
I'm gonna shut down my computer like this.
Oh, she can moonwalk with the best of them. Oh, it's
Hello,
amazing.
Smile Wolfie.
Oh, how bad does she ski? I think I went over this last time, but... Oh my god, they get in the way so you can't see the ski. Okay, hold on.
I wonder if the computer startup noise just went on the stream.
No, actually,
What's her
skiing's
password?
not so bad forward. She insists that she's taking like normal steps, but when you do this, whoa! How bad
I need to
does this get?
advertise the stream.
Oh, look at that! She's nonsense! Oh, this is bad. This is real bad. No one walks like this.
Well, she does, apparently.
Whee! She's just shaking it for this not Gomamon, whatever it is.
That's a Pokemon.
Like I would know that.
They evolve into Gomamon.
Yeah, I don't know what the baby version's called. God, crap Digimon everywhere. That's what this Digimon's doing.
I like this game.
This is sad.
I mean, I haven't played much of it since I last streamed back in February.
It's you! No,
Why is
it's
it me?
not me. It's just what it said.
Where?
Oh, there, it's
Oh,
you!
it's you. It's you.
Look at this sad ball.
Sad ball.
Sad ball.
It's Sad Ball Z.
Look at this Gilmon. It's a Gilmon, alright.
No, that's not a Gilmon. It's a
What?
cute.
What?
I forgot what its name is. It's a Gilmon Headmon.
Gilmon Headmon. It's a Pabamon. He's not wearing his belt though.
Oh, Patamon needs a belt.
It's about time I... Is there no food? Says the ungrateful robot. We haven't done anything. We've been walking around a village for 2 minutes.
Feed them!
No?
Feed them.
You told me to play the game. I'll play it how I want. And that involves not
If they
feeding them.
die, I will be so upset with you.
They can't die after 1 day.
But that's Lotmon and that's Terriermon, don't you remember? I mean, they didn't become Lotmon
They're
and Terriermon.
disgusting monsters now. They are not what I designed. If I am their creator, then I shall also be their destroyer.
Graviton and Bagman.
I'm just gonna waste these things' time and make them die. You know that, right? Oh my god, that day-night switch was
No, we saw in Tamers. We saw in Tamers. It's like that.
graceful.
Yeah, Jarimon. That's right. Small
We've established this is not Tamers. Oh, I got him stuck.
Please feed them.
I got him stuck. Oh, they caught up. I'm not gonna.
Please feed them.
I'm not gonna.
Make food.
If they starve, I laugh. That's it. Oh, they're angry though. Oh no. Ice Ogre.
I still have to share this.
He's throwing a stompy strop at me.
He's throwing a strop.
A stomp.
He's throwing a right strop.
A storm. Oh man, they're really mad. You just keep doing this.
Digimon.
No, nothing can stop me.
Podcast stream.
Follow the game, yeah.
Oh yeah, you can't see the chat because my computer's in the way.
Oh, I can't see anything.
So my computer is like here, which is directly in front of the comment box, and my computer's up again, by the way.
Oh, oops, I left.
If you could try to not kill my small friends.
I told you I'm not gonna feed them, okay?
Well,
if you don't want that to happen, then you have to take the game back.
Mac, we haven't sort of started because my computer is deciding to load Audition very, very slowly. So we haven't actually started the recording part. So we're just doing the gaming part, which is Jay not being happy with this game.
Look, again, if you want them fed, you take the game.
Okay, I still have to share the link.
Oh, well, I guess they die then. You don't care about them as much as you do about sharing a link?
You better feed me, he says.
Yeah, I know, and I don't care. I'm a human. I'm better than these Digimon. I'm real. And they admit it too. They call it the real world. They don't live in the real world. They're fake. Fake hunger, fake news. Alternative hunger. And they're really angry. I didn't know they could get. Oh. Oh, they fully approached me. They're like, hey.
Please.
Hey, what?
Feed my children.
What are you doing? Scold them. Scold them for being hungry.
Just a minute.
How do I feed them?
If you must feed them.
I'll feed them because they love me.
If you must feed them, then do so. But I will not stoop to the level of looking after digital monsters. Ugly. They're not my bunnies that I wanted.
They're my friends.
Yeah, they're awful.
Come on, eat up.
They're my friends and I love them. I don't have much food, do I? Plant farm.
Meat.
Oh, I got today. Here you go. You can have it back now. I still need to share. You can't just scratch your head with it. Also, like, if Persona 5 allows
I leveled up my
streaming...
tamer by doing this, okay? I was obviously playing.
Oh, he's
correctly.
sad! He's sad. Okay, I need to share this.
No, those aren't tears, those are just my hair flopping around. And making pink shit.
What hair?
There, on her head.
Oh, I thought you meant your hair.
Oh, fair enough. I see what you mean there. I'm bold.
Oh, audition loaded! We can actually do the podcasty do.
I'm the best at this game. The speed run. This is my speed run.
It's a very good...
She's running really fast. That's what speed runs are.
I love... They're dead!
If she's dead?
Well, she was. They died in the roleplay.
She's not dead. She became an egg. It's not dying. That's just re-lifing.
Okay,
I don't like its little foot. Its little foot's really off-putting.
What, it's it's triple penis?
Yeah, that's the one. That's what I'm talking about. Yep.
Meh. Here's your wing ball. Okay.
Yukimi Botan.
Bottom one, that's the one on the
Definitely
seesaw.
pop up. This one.
Yeah.
It's a bit dumb, isn't it?
It is a snow bottomon, so it's Yuki bottomon. Digimon games. Digimon podcast. Oh, burger. Hey Chisai, look what I have!
I'm gonna push this robot around. I'm gonna push him around. Yeah, robot, you don't like it, huh? You don't like it, huh? Push you until you die.
Please stop being so mean to the
robot,
Digimon.
you're the worst.
Rolling around at the speed of sound. Got places to go,
You
gotta
can't
follow my
I
rainbow.
can't handle it. It's like, oh, what's happening?
Oh, take the poo! Take me to the poo!
Why have you done this
Take
to
me to
me?
the poo.
No, I'm not gonna. Look at her. They're gonna crap in this village.
No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. No,
Crap
we're
in this
not.
village. Oh, you know what? You don't even go in. You know what? The problem here, they don't even go into that porta-john. They just feed it to the. They just feed it directly.
Oh, in the original
Digimon.
Digimon world, we saw them poop. It was great.
No, but like this building here is a misdirect. There's nothing in there. It's just some digicode. Go into the bathroom for them, the cleanup. They put their mouths right on this Numemon here. They're like, here you go, here you go. Have a good meal. If that's really gross to anyone, I agree. I'm grossing myself out here.
You're
welcome.
grossing yourself out. Coffee.
Alright, let's go and get myself killed, alright? It's out this way, right?
There we go, now my face. Yes, Thea is here. Not eating peanut butter. Nurse Gardramon should never die. I am going to share this on Facebook, and then I can.
Nurse Gardramon.
Okay, you're missing out on a lot of stuff in the paper and Slack roleplay.
Oh god, we have too many people already. 7 is many people.
It's many people. I'm very. It's many people considering the time difference. This is more than I thought.
7?
Because it's the only time. Oh, because I have it. My bedtime's like 8.
Why today?
Because it's the podcast birthday.
It's today.
All right. Yes, it's the happy. We're flipping.
Can we move your backwards so I can see the chat, please? Thanks. Alright, great. That was. Oh, I've moved it too much now. We unmute. No, I'm kidding.
Okay. Now I'm going to get up my Evernote. And now everyone knows the secrets of how you record. It's called...
With a microphone.
It's called Has Audition Loaded Yet?
Yeah, it's also called...
Okay!
May points the microphone too much towards her every time. Yeah, and then I have to move over like this to speak into it. Then she gets really mad when I don't want to do that every time I want to say something.
Hey, you know the wrestler without a neck?
No?
I found where his neck went.
What wrestler?
The James... whatever.
He doesn't have a chin. He has a neck.
He has...
He has plenty of neck. That's also a problem.
Oh, okay. I just thought my hair looked like his for a second. It was weird. Okay, we're going to actually do the podcast. You ready for some podcasting?
Podcaster, right?
Will we? Won't we? Of course we will!
He doesn't say that anymore. It's am I feeling it? Like they changed the catchphrase. Which sucks because will I or won't I is funnier than do I feel it or do I not feel it.
It's that he's saying the same thing, Jay.
No,
The subs is doing it.
I know, but the sub version sucks.
Wow, damn, take that, subbers.
Yeah. Translationmon all day. Can't stop.
How dare they know Japanese?
Not well enough, apparently. Or too well, I don't know.
Well, it's norimas, which is the verb he's using, is just, like... Hey, the podcast, oh my god, it's recording.
Let's go.
Okay.
That's not doing the thing.
It's not doing the thing of death.
We've never actually described what the thing is, and we never will. Yep.
I think the subgroup has changed quite a few times, I think.
Well, you know what? You could really tell it changed from Astra to Asutora.
Asutora. But Appmon's great. Alright, we can record now.
Okay.
Well, we are recording, but it's like 29 seconds in. Alright. Hello everyone, and welcome to Lost in Translationmon. I'm May.
And I'm Jay.
And this is our special episode 23, I think. And we're doing this podcast live.
Sorry, you just got me with birthday.
So Jay just read the title of the episode, which is Birthday Podcasting. And we're live streaming on YouTube, and we're playing Next Order. And
playing is a strong word, since I don't think anyone's ever played this game so much as they have suffered it.
Yes. So, because the easiest way to live stream is to do it through the PlayStation 4, which is what we're doing.
You don't actually have to play the game, you just have to have the game loaded up.
I know, but then I'll die.
But May says she'll do it anyway.
Look, I wanted to have Persona 5, but that wouldn't work for 2
big
reasons.
spoils all day.
Yeah, big spoils, and also, like, they don't allow streaming at all. Unless you have a capture card, which we do, but, like, that's...
Well, they don't allow that. That's the same way of saying, hey, they don't allow you to download their movie unless you have a torrent.
Yeah. So this episode is to celebrate our second podcast birthday. So we started on May 3rd, 2015.
I can't believe you didn't have the patience to wait until August.
August 1st. Now,
you just didn't have the patience for it.
I don't have the patience for a lot of things.
Yeah, it's true.
Mainly these Digimon who are very upset with me at the moment.
I hate them so much.
And
All
hey,
of them are
Dak and
disappointments.
Jackster! We have a good group in the chat.
Wait, what Machine Uprising? This is concerning.
The Machine Uprising of Gardramon.
Oh, okay.
Because Gardramon's not happy that we're not feeding him too much. Hang on. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Needs oil.
So, first of all, I just want to tell everyone.
like this weekend.
Yeah, we're going to be buying some things with the design on it. And so it's on Redbubble, and I've linked to a few places. Once this episode is uploaded, I will put it in the description. And it's not just shirts, you can get like stickers, or you can get like a mug, or you can get a laptop case, and it has the digital enchilada design on it.
You get a surprising number of products.
Yes, and it's there's also a duvet, so if you want to sleep under Lopmon and Dracomon riding a digital enchilada, you can.
But look, we're not saying that you should go out and buy this. We're saying you need to go out and buy this. It's very important.
Yeah, well, I mean, we are. Well, we're our own customers here.
It is the first bit of merch that I've ever been involved in. I can say like that's a thing. That's me.
Yeah, it me. So yeah, so I just wanted to let us know. And now I'm going to talk about how many hours and episodes we've done.
I can see some numbers that are concerning.
Yep, we did a lot of stuff. Alright, so first of all, from the miscellaneous episodes, which are usually our holiday episodes or other special things that we've done, that has been 12 episodes, and over those 12 episodes, it was 7 hours, 43 minutes and 39 seconds.
I don't even need to go into how many seconds it was.
It's
Honestly,
important.
it doesn't change the numbers very much.
Okay, I'll take off the seconds then.
Okay.
For Digimon Adventure Try, which we've covered PVs of, we've covered each individual movie, and I think it was just been PVs and movies that we've covered. We have done 11 of those episodes, and so far that's been 9 hours and 32 minutes.
So somehow we've done more work on Try than we have on all other random extra episodes.
Yeah. Well,
Because they're all short usually.
yeah, well, the miscellaneous holiday specials and the One to Swan episodes and stuff like that, they've all been like 30 minutes long, but the Try episodes that aren't the PVs have all been like maybe like an hour to two. Like in like I can mute. I think I can mute.
No, that's just your TV.
I'm going to turn down the next order volume because the Digimon are not happy with me.
Fair enough.
Because Jay starved them.
And it doesn't help that you also forced me to watch all those PVs, which was meaningless in the end.
Well, it's always it's exciting to bring up the hype.
Exciting is a strong word.
Yeah.
I'm seeing Aptly Monsters we've done surprisingly little. I guess they're only 10, 20-minute episodes.
Yeah. And so yes, most of them have been like ranging between like 15 minutes to half an hour.
Okay, I say surprisingly little. I mean, if you had to listen to all of them, you'd still be sitting there for the length of 2 long movies.
Yeah. So we have covered Atmon for a total of 5 hours and 4 minutes, and that's across 34 episodes. And Jay will read the next one because...
He's going to play, and I'll just read this
Yeah.
out. So we did... Digimon Adventure took us 29 episodes, and you know what? That felt like a really long time, because Digimon Adventure is quite long.
Yeah, it was
And
long.
I had to struggle to watch Digimon. You know, it's a problem in my life. We struggled doing that, just recording parts of it, for 43 hours, which my very, very basic math off the top of my head says is way longer than actually just sitting down and watching the entire series of Digimon Adventure in a row. Like, it's a lot longer.
Aviv in the chat says that they can't believe it's been 2 years and that they were listening to the first episode whilst working on their dissertation.
That's really sick.
I remember finding Aviv in the Witherwell forum, and one of our first comments is actually from Aviv. So thank you for being with us, like, for the whole ride, pretty much. It means a lot. Yeah, continue, sorry.
I bet we weren't distracting at all from that very important work you were doing. Digimon 02, we did 27 episodes, which were 49 hours altogether.
Which is the longest.
It tells you something immediately. When you see 29 episodes is 43 hours and 27 episodes is 49 hours. Because we've established when we complain about things, that the episodes go long. And you can tell in the statistics, boy, did we complain about 02 a lot. But I mean me. May helped.
Well, I like
boy, did I complain.
I like 02 as like a nostalgia thing, but like I don't like to think about it as something like an actual thing. Continue.
Tamers took us 28 episodes, and that was 48 hours, which that makes sense. I mean, it was a longer. I think we were just getting our feet. In Digimon Adventure, wasn't that first episode like half an hour?
think it was 40 minutes.
Yeah, we got to 49 hours of wasted time. Well, no, 49 hours is us recording, right? So none of that was wasted time. Just watching 02 was wasted time. But if it's like 20 minutes for
Oh yeah, so obviously
50
like
something episodes, it's only 20 hours of wasted time.
the time we spent editing the episodes and actually the recording of these episodes and watching the series that we had to watch, that's not taken into account of time. This is just how many hours of... Where are you going, Fugamon? He's a troll under the bridge. Anyway, sorry.
I'd be legitimately interested to see, because there's no way to get it, but what the time breakdown is of you guys... see you, Smile Wolfie!
See you, Smile Wolfie!
If you had the time of how long you spent editing the show, and I would like to see it, because I think it would make you cry.
Oh god. Well, the first episode, which was, as we said, like 40 minutes long, it took me like 9 hours to edit it. And it was...
You've gotten better.
Yeah, I've gotten better, and I learned, the little, tips and tricks, like, removing the audio automatically.
The trips and ticks.
And just balancing out the audio automatically through Audacity, which is a free program. Audacity is ridiculously good for how free it is. Anyway.
More free than not, you might say.
Yeah, like, we constantly have problems with Audition, which is what we record in, and I paid for it.
Well, more or less. We did Frontier, still going, and we're 30 hours into it, with only 16 episodes. So, it's looking like that actually might end up being one of the longest, if not the longest.
Well, our longest recording was 3.5 hours, and that was... I think that was about 3.5 hours or something. That was a few episodes ago, I think.
Unnecessary.
Yeah.
All of our special Patreon episodes, which is the manga with 35 minutes. Why'd you include these? They can just look them up.
Yeah, well...
35 minutes, and we did one episode of Lane with 25 minutes, and we'll get to that eventually.
Yeah.
Which means, altogether, does that cover literally everything?
That's literally everything, yes.
We've done 194 hours of content. 62nd episode, do you mean 62nd official or 67 overall?
62 overall, like including special
we're at like
episodes.
150 something now, aren't we?
159.
Insane.
This episode is our 160th, I think.
Okay.
Yes, 160th.
Alright, so it took us 62 in the first year, and we've done more than 62 this year. Oh god, it's just more work every year!
I did some maths here.
Until we go full time. Never doing that. And we had released 91 hours of content in 61 episodes. Now I've released this 160th episode with 194 hours of content in 159 episodes. What the hell is this? 17,520 hours?
Are in 2 years.
In 2 years. 17,520 minutes minus 5,840 for sleeping means time is 11,680, which means that we did 2% of a year's worth of content, not including sleep.
Yep.
So 2% of our time spent awake was apparently on this podcast.
So if you were to listen to every single episode that we've ever done, like all the specials, all the covering we've done,
but it would take you 2%.
It would take you to like 1% of 1 year, including sleeps.
No, all of it. If you did all of it, it would take 2% of 1 year. But we did it 1% of 1 year at a time.
Chisai says that she appreciates your suffering.
Yeah, I'm glad somebody does. Woo! Yeah, it's a lot of math. All right. Somebody had to do it.
I did.
We have a request. That request is from Noam, and they asked about the story of the podcast, which is how did Lost in Translationmon come to be? How did you think of it? How did you... all of these yous are not a collective you. These are all towards May. How did you get Jay on board? And what were your expectations versus how things have turned out?
Things turned out a bit much better.
No, the beginning. Start from the beginning.
The beginning?
How did we come to be?
So... I always kind of wanted to have a Digimon podcast, but there wasn't really a demand for it. I couldn't find anyone who actually liked Digimon. This was
that's right. It's really hard to find anyone who likes Digimon. Definitely not these people.
And there weren't any Digimon podcasts when I first ever wanted to do it. This was many years ago. And then when Try was announced, I was kind of like, oh, maybe I should start doing the podcast. But then I found out at that point in time there were already 3 other podcasts. So I spent a while just listening to them because I knew I wanted to start a podcast, but I didn't want to create a podcast that had already been done. Like, I wanted to have something that was new. So I was also in the process of trying to get Jay into watching Digimon with me.
That's why the first thing you showed me was Revenge of Dioboromon.
No, it was
and then
X Evolution.
Crosswalk.
It was X Evolution.
Really? I thought it was Revenge first because you were like, this is my favourite movie and I've watched it 8 million times
yeah, that.
and I didn't pay attention to it for the whole half an hour. Then you're like, no, we're going to sit down and watch this movie because I'm sure this will be good. And then it was X Evolution and I said, May, Digimon is the biggest waste of time that has ever existed.
Well,
Davish!
It has Doraemon in it, and I love Doraemon.
The biggest waste of time.
So, but I still was trying to get Jay into watching Digimon even after the failed attempts, and
It's almost like trying to teach someone how to cook, and then like the first thing that happens is they get horrible food poisoning.
Yeah. You know, so I'll have this dish, and it gives you food poisoning. You don't want that dish ever again. So,
Oh, do I? I really don't.
Yeah. And,
The subtle voice changes.
DJ Discobot says, this story was said in the first episode, just re-listened to it earlier, and hearing the subtle voice changes and growth is amazing. Oh my god. So, and congrats on 2 years. So, the reason it took me a while to read that was because the chat on the screen is like,
It cuts off
it's very
in the
small.
middle of words.
So it's just like, grr, oath, and bow ice.
But yeah, part of that is confidence, just because we were new.
Yeah.
And part of that is recording quality, because I was like using my headphone,
your gaming mic.
gaming microphone, which is there as a bare bones. Oh, you should talk to people in Counter-Strike and tell them where everyone is.
Yeah, well, hi
Look
Jay.
at Digimon freak out.
Mine was
Look at him.
worse because I was using the Apple headphones that came with my phone.
Oh, it was bad. It was bad.
And now we have an actual microphone, and we're in the process of investigating, like, better recording setups. Like, I'm looking into getting a mixer, and that's exciting.
So it's investigating, but the word invest is in capitals. You know?
Yeah.
It's like a pun. All right. So how we came to be was you thought to yourself, I want to do a Digimon podcast.
Yeah, and this was ages ago, and then when there was actually a need for it, I kind of wanted to make something different, and for some reason, I came up with the name Lost in Translationmon, and I was kind of like, well, that's stupid. How am I possibly going to fit that into a podcast? And I was like, oh, wait, I'll just compare the English and the Japanese version. And this was because of a website that I really liked when I was, like, much younger, which was called Digimon Uncensored. And what they would do is they would compare, like, in a blog post, the differences between each version.
This is a hentai-free zone.
No, it's not one of those. It's on one of the websites with all the GIFs everywhere. This is still a website that's still active.
No, I love that. Just a little Digimon like, this is a hentai-free zone. Have you seen all those?
Yes, I have seen all those. Anyway, so this website made me, like, it put me into fits of, like, hysteric laughter at one point because they had, like, this part where they said, there is no Willis, and I found that really funny.
You know what? That sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah. And the other thing was...
No, I've never read that site. I've never read anything on there.
And they also pointed out the To Mimi Love Joe sign that's on the door. And so I was kind of like, oh, I wonder if I could do the same sort of thing, but have it in a podcast form. And of course I haven't looked at the website much
Alf
during
is
this.
back in podcast form!
Yeah. But yeah, So I haven't really looked at that while having this podcast because I didn't want to copy too many ideas that were already done, if that makes sense. I can't use a banner. Oh, that's right, I called him Jay.
So that was sort of how you thought of it as well.
Yeah.
Because you'd want to do it for a while. The next question is, how did you get Jay on board? And step one,
I asked.
we were dating.
Yeah, I asked and he said yes, basically.
So I'll give you a bit of background on why I said yes. Because it seems totally counterintuitive that I would have bothered. And the answer is, I grew up on podcasts more or less. I mean, not grew up on from like when I was young because they didn't exist. But I mean, from 2008, I think. 2008. So when I really got into podcasts, I remember listening to one a long, long time ago, and just like when I really first started, and just falling down in tears, laughing. Whatever it is they were talking about, it was like a news show, but it was a comedy one. Anyway, I remember that being very formative to me, and like hearing people's opinions and sort of this alternative I used to be like, oh yeah, you can't tell people you listen to a podcast, you listen to a radio show, you know, because that's what it was.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really interesting, and I always kind of wanted to do one, but I never had a topic or people or recording equipment or any of the things you would need to do a podcast. And then I don't remember what year it was, probably 2014.
Yeah.
I was doing a podcast, It was with these four guys, and it was nice, but we didn't have any topic, and we recorded a couple episodes, and it was just about whatever we could think of. And honestly, the first episode was quite funny, and I've listened to it a few times, and I've never really gotten sick of hearing myself speak.
We know.
You can tell, right? But it didn't go anywhere, and we never had a schedule, and it just died. And so, I don't know, I had this sort of urge to podcast and then nothing to do with it. So May goes, do you want to do a podcast with me? And I said, what's it about? And she goes, Digimon. And I go, ugh, fine. Can I hate the show? And she's like, yeah, okay. I'm like, alright, I'm in. I can speak my mind on this show. And then we did that. And then we got all that hate mail from a couple people.
No, we didn't get hate mail. We just had people...
We did, straight up.
No, we had people who said that the podcast wasn't very good and that Jay was bad.
We've never gotten real hate mail.
No.
Oh, no, we got one. We have one, but it's not real. It's the most confusing piece of hate mail I've ever gotten in anything in my life.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about it right now. It's,
yeah.
Oh, that thing
confusing.
Is funny. That's a story. Every time I tell that story, it's always like, oh, but there's qualifications to this. But no, we got, I think, 2 or 3 negative comments on that first episode because people are like, I don't like it when this person doesn't like the thing I like. But then we all sort of got over it.
Yeah.
And everyone who is here today has a thicker skin than those people. So, well done. Good work, everybody who survived. You're right, I'll do it. I like the show. Yes.
Yeah,
Sean, that's exactly the one.
That's Riku. They're using her dad's PC.
Fair enough. So Riku, yeah, that's exactly the one. We will not be going into detail about it right now. I'm sure I already have on the show.
Yeah, we mentioned it on a podcast. It's confusing.
But yeah, we're talking about the birthday. So that's how it is. And now I got on the show, and I thought, and I know what my expectations were. My expectations were to get... Okay, hold on. Yeah, because I knew that there were, I guess, quote-unquote big players in the field already. There were the 2 or 3 podcasts I listened to.
There were 3, yeah.
There was at least one I knew was pretty big because she has merch of it on her laptop. And I go, okay, they must be something if they have merch. But we do now, too! I never expected that to happen.
Gardramon died.
Ha! Get wrecked by level 5 Gotsa Mans. Doesn't even have a pumpkin with him. What are you going to do? So, I thought we'd get like 50 listeners, and I'd be happy with that.
Me too.
All I wanted, the entire time, all I wanted was for somebody, and I've always said this about anything creative I'm going to do. I say this about the book I just wrote as well, but all I want out of it is for one person. I don't need the thing itself to be good. I want one person to say, this is my favorite thing. And that's actually a really tall order, it turns out. That's actually a very high bar. But that's how I feel about it. Like, this affected me in a way that, like, I would just, that takes description in some way. That's what's important to me. And we managed that surprisingly quickly.
Yeah, and I always just my goal was, I wanted to make somebody entertained, and I wanted to make somebody...
Because that is a low bar.
I wanted to make someone laugh, and I wanted to entertain. I wanted to make someone
you got
happy.
Me.
Yeah, I got you, and you laugh all the time, probably.
What do you probably?
Internally.
I laugh all the time, it's recorded.
Macman says Gardramon's been dead on the inside for years anyway, ever since being partnered with Kazu. So as we mentioned, if you're not watching the video that is accompanying this and you're just listening to this podcast episode, we are... I'll just say this again, we're playing Next Order, and I have a Gardramon, and I think it's called Fugamon, which is the white Ogremon, and I'm not doing too well.
It should just be called Ice Ogremon.
It should be.
And so, yeah, that brings us to what did you expect to happen?
Well, I was like, I didn't really expect much, because as I said, I wanted to just I wanted to make a podcast, I wanted to do something involving Digimon, I wanted to rope you into it. I expected you to not last very long.
Did you expect me to abandon the project? Oh my god!
Well, I always
everyone in chat, just say you wouldn't have listened anymore if I stopped being on the show. That's what I need to hear right now to stay alive.
So I expected Jay to actually say no when I asked him.
That's not the same though. Like,
I had a backup. I was going to ask Mitch.
Yeah, I know.
Mitch would not have been as reliable. I love Mitch, but
the show hadn't started then. So what were you expecting? I'd said yes. We have a show now. We're sitting down for episode 1. Did you think, oh, we're going to be shouting into the void, and then we're going to have 2 listeners, and then it'll dip away. But we'll still make the show for 10 episodes, and then it'll go away.
I knew I'd have my dad, at least.
No, he doesn't listen to the show.
He listened. Both my parents listened to the first episode.
First episode, yeah. I so said we'd have 2 listeners for the first episode.
Yeah.
Your parents. Actually, that's what it was. We released the first episode, and you were like, we have 3 listeners.
One of them's not my
mom.
parents.
No, it was 5, because it was you, me, your parents, and then there's one other person. I don't know who it was, but whoever it was, thank you for giving us the courage to go.
I hope you still continued, because I know a few people said, oh, I couldn't get through the first episode, and I was like, no.
Yeah, I think that if we didn't have the listeners around, I probably would have been like, yeah, it's probably not worth my time.
Yeah, if we were getting, like, I don't know, under 5 people, probably, like, continuously for... Like, and we were, 10 podcasts in, and we're still getting, like, 5 listens. I'd probably be like, this is a lot of work. And it is. Podcasting is a lot of work. So if anyone's thinking of doing a podcast, like, it's not easy. It takes a lot of time. And
it's mostly a lot of work for me. For me, it's painful. For me, it's work. There's a difference.
But it's work. Oh, I went the wrong direction.
Fight that dude. Fight the ball.
No, I'll die.
Fight the Johnny Ballman.
But they're dying.
Oh, well. Is what it
so,
is. You have to walk all the way back to the village now?
Yes. I mean, I have an autopilot, but I don't want to use it now. Anyway, so... there's something I forgot to mention about another thing that I used to listen to ages ago. And this was... I think I was probably maybe 15? I don't know, it was...
Small babby, May.
It was probably like 6 years ago. Oh gosh, I'm gonna die. Anyway, so... There was It was before podcasts were called podcasts. It was basically an audio...
before iPods?
Yes. No, it wasn't before iPods, but they weren't...
They were immediately called podcasts.
But it wasn't on... It wasn't on any podcast thing. It was just on a website. And... Yeah, it was just... It was called Translationmon, and it was on a website called digimonspirit.net. And it was basically like... I didn't know what a podcast was at this point. And it was It was pretty good. It was entertaining, but it didn't have any co-hosts. It just had one person, and it had, like, different people on for different segments.
Guestamundos.
And it was quite good. They had, like, things about cosplay, things about the fandom, and it really was nice. It only had, like, 10 episodes, but I really, really enjoyed it, and that was another sort of thing I sort of revisited. Oh, they all died.
GG. Oh, look at that face! Look at that lack of face! Oh, she's crying! Ah!
Oh no, she's sad.
I'm sorry. No. Oh my god, she's legit crying really
no.
bad and clipping into Fugmon.
Yeah.
Also, I really like how you can see I topped out our recording.
Yeah, well done for screaming into the microphone. But yeah, so that was sort of like inspired me kind of. How did they died, but they hadn't needed poo all of a sudden again. Anyway,
that's what I need to do every time I die.
Me too. So that sort of like gave me a little bit of inspiration. And
I'm a persona protagonist.
But yeah, was there anything else we had to say about that?
No, I think
this is how things are. Like, I never expected.
I'm blown away by it.
I'm like, I mean, obviously we're not doing as well as the people who podcast for life, and who have like millions of listeners. But we have a large amount of listeners, and the fact that we have supporters on Patreon, that just blows me away. That we've also formed like friendships through this, and it's amazing.
Okay, there were like 3 things that blew me away with when we were doing this. Step 1, we broke like 100 listeners. I was like, okay.
Oh, I remember.
These aren't friends and family anymore.
We celebrate when we broke 100 listens. I remember when we first got to 1,000 listens overall. After like I think it was about 2 months, and we're like, oh my gosh, we've made it big time.
Oh, well, then we made like when we opened up Patreon, it's like like $10. So like yes, because it's just really real and it means a lot, and it's progressed even more since then. It's been really nice. So we've been able to obviously make more content, and we're going to be getting it pays for our SoundCloud stuff. It pays for equipment, hopefully.
Yeah.
We're probably going to do some personal investment on that. Just to have stuff.
Yeah, equipment is expensive, but that's always been
what it is.
Yeah.
And then the third tier of celebration was when we got art, which is always that's one of the things I've always loved.
From Cheeside.
We got art from Cheeside. We got the animations from Cheeside. We got the animation from Stevie.
Yes.
And
we had Dak and Jackster drawing the characters.
The
from
very first one we ever got was the bottom up with the 2 shotguns.
No, that wasn't for the podcast though.
It was something we said, wasn't it?
No, it was
It was based on your game.
It was in Cyber Sleuth, and
But I thought it was because we mentioned it on the show.
it's because of Cyber Sleuth. I mentioned it on my personal Tumblr.
Was it not for us?
No, it wasn't.
I thought that was for
And
we have art now that's actually of us, though.
Yeah, and also we got some from Liznet from the fan fiction, and it was the fan art of my fan fiction. Oh, we Smile Wolfie drew bits from the fan fiction back when we just released the scans. And I just want, before the comment scrolls up, Chisai says, I really don't even know how to manage to have the time for all of this. Sorry, it's very hard to read, and I don't have
How we manage to have all the time for this?
Wait, I'm going to put my glasses on.
The answer is that May sacrifices every Saturday morning. Every one of them. She's like, oh yeah, I just wake up at 5 a.m. and work for 5 hours. Don't worry about it, it's normal. And I'm like, alright, I just watch the episodes. And I'm also being asked what my favourite Digimon is, and can I answer none of them? Because I'm not allowed to say Lopmon. I would totally say... Like, Gilmon's there, I guess. I mean, that's a cheap answer. Gomon's there. Oh, man, you should wear your glasses more.
Well, it means I can see now.
So what's my favorite Digimon? I guess it's Gilmon. Who else do I like? Like... No, not Lopmon. Terriermon. Terriermon's my favorite.
You like Graviton?
I like Terriermon more than I like Lopmon. Because Lopmon I like as a design.
Yeah, but Terriermon's got personality.
I would pick Terriermon, but you told me no, that's a dog. And I'm like, no.
Gravy Mum!
Here's the problem. I don't actually know what Gravimon is, or does. I know it's from Cross Wars. I picked it...
Gundramon.
Yeah, we've been over Gundramon forever. I've never seen it do anything, and it doesn't have that emotional attachment. I just think it's awesome. So Graviton the Gravimon is just, I saw a picture of Gravimon, and I go, that's good. Lopmon... Okay, basically the answer was, I love Terriermon the most, it's adorable and it's the cutest thing ever. And May goes, but Lopmon's the rabbit. And I go, well, I guess I'm Lopmon then. Because, I still think Terriermon's I still think he's a rabbit. But hey, he's got Terrier in the name, so I guess that kind of makes him a dog.
Alright, DJ Discobot says, I've always wondered why Lopmon was Jay's avatar for the series. How'd you first figure out you liked it?
Literally just answered that.
Yeah, I literally showed him and said, hey look, you like rabbits.
And you're like, but you can't have this one. You can't have this one over here that's green. Like, okay, I'll take the pink one, fine.
Because it's called Terrier after a dog. It definitely has the personality of a dog in Tamers.
Yeah.
Mark X says, popped in to watch, should probably be sleeping while I can though. Yeah,
no, stay with us.
So, sorry there's the bad time zone, but Australia happens.
Yeah, this is going to be a weird show where like everyone who's listening to it after the fact is like, oh, stop talking to the weirdos in the chat. No, we're going to talk to them all day.
Yeah.
They're staying up. Because we're in Australia. It's a reasonable time for us and nowhere else.
Oh, yeah.
Nowhere else.
I think it's... Yeah, for Riku, poor Riku, it's like 4 a.m. I think Riku has the worst time. Graviton, not Gatchmon, but also Gatchmon.
I'm Graviton.
I'm Gatchmon.
He does look a bit traumatized, huh?
Yeah.
I'm Graviton.
I just kind of wanted to see what it looked like that. Hey, Noah, glad you were able to make it.
We answered your question. We're answering your question right now, kind of.
Yeah, we just finished answering your question that you sent in on the Slack. 3 a.m, that's also bad. But we will be uploading this episode to the podcast feed.
Podcasterize.
Yeah.
Oh, 5!
It's 5! Oh my gosh!
Media, what are you doing?
It
no,
is...
but stay though. I'm not going to stop you.
5 a.m. Stop!
Oh,
Why?
Alright.
I love sleep.
What are we at? Okay, we've got best parts of the podcast.
Yes, best, and this is our personal best parts.
Every time I get to go home.
Well, I really liked when, I think it was for Flower Power and playing games, and Jay said, these are good episodes.
Oh, that's...
And there's just a part where Jay said...
Fine. I guess you're allowed to like that.
He said... And then, of course, you got to the assumption that these... And I'm not talking to the microphone, and I hope that it's still recording. Hang on,
I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. Just put your password in. There's definitely no way that could go bad.
Okay, good.
Oh, we're still going. All right,
yeah,
great.
Sweet. So...
You're like this... It's like it's only taken 25 episodes of holding him hostage, and finally he kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah. So... what was I saying? God, I have the attention span of a gnat.
When I like stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, so we had the assumption that Jay said, the writers can actually write good stuff, so why aren't all episodes like this? And of course, yeah, we had Flower Power and we had Playing Games, and those are probably some of my favourite podcast moments, because it was the first time Jay actually mentioned anything positive on the show about the podcast, and that was pretty amazing.
My favorite thing about this show has always been how easy it is to look at Digimon and go, if you made these simple changes, it would be a much better show.
Yeah, which is what
And-
we do a lot, especially in... I know I've done it in Frontier, and we even to some extent did that in Tamers.
No, I got it.
Yeah. Oh,
My favorite thing about this show, and I don't think it'll ever be the same again because I'm just not in that place anymore. My favorite thing about this show was arguing with you that Vamdemon is the worst villain of all time.
so this...
You were like, no, he's great. He's doing everything right. I'm like, everything he's done is the stupidest thing in the world.
So this was back in the days before we released our Raws, and when we were recording exclusively on Skype instead of in person, I hung up on him.
You're like, because we were talking about it for like 4 weeks in a row, and you're like, not this again. I'm like, but he's so stupid.
No, it's I mean, like, he tries.
When I theorize, he'll come back and try. He's the villain forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we found out that he was the villain at the end of 02 for reals, that was the funniest thing.
Yeah. I love Vamdemon though.
And obviously, the Blackwell Greymon thing was great.
Yeah, but that's
Like,
everyone's
It's everyone's favorite. You'll hear it in the clip show at the end. Big
Yeah.
spoils. But like, I'm right because I'm right. It's just what I am. So I'm not going to go into China's theme song right now. What
The
was it?
wrestler?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was about to say the country?
Yeah, I don't. The theme song, aka the national anthem.
Please, Gash.
I'm Vamdemon. I'm Vamdemon.
Mac in chat says, Gatchmon pulls off his mask. I'm Vamdemon. How long have you been Vamdemon? A while.
A long time. Yeah, so the Blackwell Greymon thing at the time was really genuine. Like, I'm not going to pretend I put that on at all. Like, that was real.
Yeah.
I legitimately hated that character, and I was so happy they were gone. And then reading their name in the title, I was heartbroken. But I also kind of knew when I stormed off that I'm like, this is gold. I have created something totally by accident.
And then I made the
And then
Vine.
I'm probably going to be hearing about this. That's when I heard about we're making a Vine of this. I'm like, okay, I'm probably going to be hearing about this for a while.
Yeah, and you were screaming on the bed. And I'm pretty sure...
It's gone
like,
now, though. It's dead.
No, our Vine's still there.
Oh.
Like, they kept all the stuff, but you can't just add more. Oh, he died. Oh, no.
Yeah,
Rest
you
in
had
peace.
a real adventure.
Alright.
Don't be depressed. Your partner will be an egg again. No, get a real Terriermon this
Okay,
time.
who should I choose?
The Gilmon.
The Gilmon? Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
there.
Digimon.
Oh god. Was there anything good that ever happened? Oh, wait, hold on. My favorite part recently, because I can remember it, it wasn't even that good for me. What was great was... You're gonna add Vamdemon to the With the Will theme.
No!
No, my favorite thing in a long time, it wasn't for me, it was for you. And I'm sure, maybe I'm just taking your thing here. Episode, 4 of Try, when you're like, I was right all along! No, and then when it was right at the end, and you're like, oh no, it's actually Ophanimon or whatever, and you collapse on the ground, I'm like, I win!
Yeah, and it has the best reaction image that I've reused several times because I think it was a great reaction image of me just in cosplay as Mimi, lying on the floor in defeat when I see Ophanimon on the poster. I'm just like, I drop my controller.
My actual favorite... If I had to say what bit of the show was highest quality, though, like, all of Try's been fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But I can't think of any parts where it was like, oh, this is great. Obviously, Tamers sucks. Sorry, not Tamers sucks. Tamers was fine as well. Wasn't perfect. Atmon's been okay. 02 was crap. We all know that. So I get, like, you have to think the best part of all of Digimon is the last episode of Adventure. That's the best part of all of
yes. No, it is a solid adventure because it is a good solid ending to the adventure because it makes you feel things and it's.
But they undo it all.
Even though it's like it's kind of fluff, like they just they spend that whole episode saying their goodbyes.
No,
it means so much. It's so
what it
cute.
is you spent 53 episodes with these kids and these Digimon. And all you're doing, right, is you put your money, which is all these kids and Digimon, into the bank, and you got the interest sitting there as you wait, and you wait, you wait, you wait, and at the end you cash it. You cash it, and it was worth more now. That's okay. You're allowed to do that. Yeah, I do think the trailer would be better if the release wasn't as slow, Dak and Jax. You are correct.
But I feel like it adds to the hype.
No, you only saw us with Sunday in America, and boy, was it good. It had the worst match of all time.
I haven't seen it.
Had the worst match of all time, and it was the funniest thing ever. Oh, you should. I should just watch that match with you. The House of Horrors. I'm gonna watch it with you, and
Okay,
you're gonna be like,
we'll watch it.
"This is the dumbest thing ever." And the ending, oh, it's awful. Oh, the rest of the show is really good though. Anyway.
Yep.
Also, I can talk about wrestling on the show all the time, and I just really hope that I got one person who's like, you know what? I'll go to the WWE Network, I'll try it for 1 month for free, and then, like, watch some wrestling, and was like, you know what? For all the time, and you were so upset.
See, the thing is, in the first episode, we both dropped some uncaught F-bombs, because I listened to the first episode, and it was just,
Yeah, woo!
whoops, accidents happen. Even though I bleeped out some, I didn't bleep out others.
Yeah, you don't bleep them, you whistle them.
Well, yeah, I put in the Hikari whistle to bleep it.
What a dog.
Yeah.
The Hikari. Not Hikari. Hikari.
Hikari.
What do we got? So we got a listeners Q&A. Alright. You've been lobbing questions at you got me back into wrestling.
Yeah, we got some.
Yeah!
Hey, Sam!
Hey, Sam. So, now we have time. People have been lobbing questions at us the whole time. But, now, we're going to give you, 2 minutes to come up with questions and lob them, and then we'll answer what comes in.
Yeah, so if you have questions, start spamming them, even though spamming's probably a bad idea because they will flood off the comment screen and we will not be able to see them.
At 39 minutes and 30 seconds, you know, hey, it's going to get really slow, we might want to edit that part.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna type that one for you.
Well, it doesn't matter. Because, no, dude, the timing doesn't matter because I removed the silences.
No, but, we don't want this part where it's like, yeah, just send us questions and we'll wait.
Also, Mac also says that he hadn't watched wrestling since primary school.
So that was a lot like me, actually. I watched wrestling when I was in primary school. I don't think I watched it in secondary school, really. I was done with it. I was on to Yu-Gi-Oh!, which is much more mature, obviously. Yeah. And I really feel like the trajectory of a really vast majority of fans, and really what I think gets someone to be really hardcore nowadays, is you had I was really, really young, not 8 to 12, and I watched lots of wrestling and I loved it, and then I found out it was fake, and I said, no, it's not, and then I saw it, and I'm like, yeah, no, it's fake as hell. And then you're like, oh, well, I'm not going to watch this fake stuff, and then later on you're like, I still had feelings as a result of it. That's right, I was entertained, because it doesn't matter if it's fake or not, it's cool. And then you watch it again when you're 18, and you're back in. Noam says, Jay, when did it feel more comfortable revealing your identity, being my face and my name, since we're basically celebrity now?
Aww. Now, I often say celebrity.
I include May in it. No, I mean, we've had one person literally say in an email that was the case.
Oh, that was amazing.
Which was really nice.
That made me legitimately cry.
The first of the nicest emails we ever got.
Yeah.
The answer is a popularity perspective, and then it's just that guy, and it's fine. And I know that's a weird way of putting it, but it turns out to be the case. So if I put my face on a video like this, because I'm sure we're putting this up on YouTube at some stage.
Well, it is on YouTube.
It will be on YouTube.
No, it's on YouTube right now. This is YouTube.
Yeah, and if that's the case, if it's going up, and you'll see me, and that's fine. You got asked, why is your thing Dracomon if you like Airdramon so much? And isn't it because Dracomon turns into Airdramon?
Well, not canonically in any way.
No, but you think it looks like it should.
In my brain it should, and I really hope in the 20th anniversary V-Pets, because there's Dracomon, I hope that Dracomon can evolve to Airdramon.
Oh, what's your favourite episode of Digimon so far? I'm going with last episode of Adventure.
I'm going with, I really like Flower Power, but anyway, so...
No, you like episode 4 of Try.
Okay, episode 4 of Try, but only because of the intro.
It?
The intro. Anyway, back to the question about Dracomon. But so far I've been using Dracomon in, bits more because...
See?
It's adorable. Well, that's Petitemon.
What turns into it?
Because I feel like it looks better alongside Lotmon, because Lotmon is a child-level Digimon.
Yeah, because they're the same size.
Yeah, because they're the same size. Airdramon is a lot bigger than Lotmon.
No, but you see... But, it's... Dracomon would be your partner if you had one, and Airdramon is you if you were a Digimon. I feel like that's what it is. That's because of the animations. Yeah. Remember, was in the Totoro... Okay, the first photos of me was in Totoro, I think.
That was Halloween 2015,
yeah.
And I was cosplaying May from My Neighbor Totoro, and Jay was cosplaying Totoro.
Yeah, I love that onesie. It's really comfy, actually. I think it's got a little tear in it I need to fix, actually.
Favorite part of the podcast?
The best part of doing the podcast is it's not the favorite part of the podcast like we did. It's what's my favorite part of doing it. My favorite part of doing it is speaking to you guys, because honestly, the show is like it's a lot of watching a show that has problems and talking about all its problems.
Okay.
So for me, that's not the most entertaining thing in the world. I don't get that much joy out of it, but I get joy out of seeing people be like, it's the people who go, I've watched the show since I was 5, and I love it. It's my favorite thing in the world. But you know what? I was wearing nostalgia goggles, and I didn't actually realize it's got lots of bad stuff in it. I have now thought more deeply about this show. And I still like it, fine. You can still like the show all you want. I'm not saying you should stop. What I am saying is that it's got lots of problems, and you should recognize those from a story-building perspective, from a lot of perspectives.
For me, my favourite part is I really like our listener Slack chat group because we have a roleplay at the moment. So just in general, talking to people, not always just in the Slack chat, but on with the Will or on Reddit or in any other way, just interacting with people in the fandom. Like, it's just great. I mean, before I had the podcast, I liked doing that, and it's great. And people ask me, oh, well, so what do you think of this movie? I'm just like, people want to hear me, and I really like that. Like, I've always kind of, like, had pretty bad anxiety, and the fact that, like, I can be guaranteed that not everyone hates me is great, and that makes me happy.
Sam has asked me, because it's just shunted off the screen, if there's any piece of Digimon merch I'd want. And
that Terriermon.
Terriermon plushie and or Coolamon plushie of some kind.
Yeah.
Are there any aspects of Digimon you view differently? I think that's me. I can't see the rest of that question. Oh god, please put that again, because it's scrolled and I can't see it. Noam says, can I suggest a Rumble Arena later? Yeah,
yes.
Sure. Send us an email. Viv says, what's your favorite Digimon? The original one. The original one, because it's classic, and why would you ever change it? And Zikamiya says, when I watched Frontier when I was younger, I thought it was the best, but now I'm not so sure about it. It's really bad!
See, I really, really, really liked 02 as a kid, and I've said that before. That was the series. I said, this is my favourite series.
Hey, how was watching the show with Jay change your views on it?
It's not good. I mean, it's
yes! I win! That's it, that's all of it! I win!
I mean, it's not like... I mean, it's not bad, but... a lot of aspects of Digimon are not as good as I remember, especially with 02, and I always say that as the big one, is that 02 is not... It's not amazing. It's not the best season. It has so many problems. Like, it's definitely not perfect. It's worse than Adventure, but I remember it always being the best one. It was the one I had the most nostalgia for. I had the first... Oh, no.
And I got asked what things I see differently, and the answer is I appreciate the character work now, because when you don't watch Digimon at all, it goes, oh, well, that's just Pokemon with different stuff in it, and evolutions, I guess. But I never really thought, like, there's character work in it legitimately, and Pokemon doesn't have that. I think Pokemon is a more solid franchise in the fact that it understands its own identity, and it gives people what they want when they want a Pokemon thing. Whereas Digimon goes, here's a thing, and people go, we like that, and they go, great, here's something else. And people go, not that one. And they go, here's something else. And they go, oh, okay, this is good. How about this one? Oh, no. And like, it's just up and down all the time. Are we allowed to not hurt, but are we allowed to disdain people who call the original Digivice a D2 because of the V-Tamer, I guess?
Well, I think that might be its actual canon name. Like, I think it's been written in...
You think...
I know there are lots of Digimon encyclopedias that they release in Japan. I think they actually called it the D2.
But how could it be the D2 if Tai is given both of them as his first Digivice?
It's actually a different universe, Tai.
No, it's not.
No. Canonically, it's a different universe.
What? Is that the one where Ryo's in it?
No, you have to trust me. You have to trust me here. The Taichi in V-Tamer is a completely different Taichi, and there's something that happens later on that you are going to hate.
Okay. Also, calling out Riku right now for A, please no violence, followed by immediately by fight me, Jay. What's no it isn't?
I'm not sure.
I have no idea. So that's a great round of Q&A. I'm sure we will still field questions, but we got blown out to the point where like the questions started to crush each other.
Oh, apparently it's never been called the D2.
I'm sure some people call it the D2.
I saw it I know, maybe it's just a fandom thing, but I always call it the original Digivice because, I don't know. I guess it's because, maybe it's because it's called the D2 because it's the one before the D3. I don't know.
Maybe.
13 viewers!
And we have a survey to
Yes,
run
so
through.
I will run through the survey, Jay will play
No,
next
I don't
order.
wanna!
Because I feel bad, I'm just looking at my phone.
Can't we do Cyber Sleuth?
Okay, so this is... okay, so the first question is...
I can run in circles too.
Because
and
no-
watch them die in the distance.
Don't do that. Okay, so the first question... So out of the survey had 28 responses, and the first question was, how long have you been listening? So 42.9% of people said that since they've been listening since the podcast began. 25% said about a year and a half. Another 25% said around a year, and then small percentages said a few weeks and a few months.
Hold on. How many people responded?
28.
Okay, 28 people, so 50% said they've been from the beginning. It's 14 people about.
Yeah.
We didn't have 14 listens between the first and second
Well,
episode.
I mean,
Liars!
Since the beginnings, the first, I don't know, I'd say the first 10 or 20 episodes, the start.
You know what's incredible? And I
What?
know, we're still dealing with, it's not, we're not Rooster Teeth or anything, but it is amazing to me that we have 13, well, we had recently 13 people watching this live stream now that we put together in half an hour, which is more listeners than we had for days on our first episode.
The next question was, what is your favourite season of Digimon? So, there was a tie. Digimon Adventure was tied for first place with Digimon Sabers.
Interesting.
And then...
Really, Tamers wasn't there.
Wait, no, sorry. They were tied for second place. Despite wearing my glasses, I still can't read. Alright, so 25% said that Tamers was the best, and then tied for second was Digimon Adventure and Digimon Sabers with 21.4%, and then 10.7% said Frontier. And then Cross Wars Fusion, the first two seasons, Cross Wars Hunters, Digimon Adventure Tri and Digimon Universe Happy Monsters were very small percentages. And then the last question was, which seasons are you looking forward to us covering the most? And the three remaining that we have for Digimon. And 61.5% said Sabers. 30.8% said Cross Wars, the first two seasons, and 7.7% said Young Hunters.
So are those different?
Yeah, take them to poo. Take them to poo. Take them to poo.
No, run to the wall. Oh, they pooped.
Oh no, they pooped.
Oh, they pooped in the gym. Oh no. One of them's name is Box.
No, I ran to the toilet. That's right. Okay, there's a toilet there.
How did you run to the... Oh, the toilet's... Oh,
Yeah.
it's in the wall.
So, yeah. So that was our survey, and thank you to everyone who participated in that.
Dun, dun,
There is no love. There is no love for Young Hunters, and that's sad.
I
Because
bet I will have none too.
I am one of the few, rare people who actually enjoy Hunters because I don't know.
Is it the last season of Digimon?
Before Atmon, yeah.
Well, that makes sense then. If it sucked, that's why Digimon died. For 15 years?
No. Young Hunters came out in 2013.
What?
Yes, I liked it. It was cute. It was good. Persona. Yeah, this is Persona 6.
It's not gonna be a Persona 6 until I'm 70.
Yeah, I'm gonna be so old.
Those games take so
Yeah, also
long.
Arrestodramon was in,
Arrestodramon.
It's a Digimon.
That's like Police-dramon, but stupid.
Hunters does what it set out to do well. Yeah.
I don't know what that is yet.
I mean,
Hunting, I guess.
I feel like I'm one of the very, very, very few people who, genuinely loved it because it was just, it was very filler. I'll give it that. It was fun. It had cute little Monster of the Weeks. It was...
Are there really 20 episodes?
Yes.
How can it be very filler when there's a third of as many episodes as usual?
Because it has the plot, then it has the plot, then it has filler. It fills in between the plot, which are on either side of the series.
Okay, fine. So can we just watch the first and last episodes and be done with it?
No.
Boo. Okay, so is that our survey?
I think that's that's it for the survey. The survey was also favourite quotes from the show and favourite quotes from Digimon, and we will put that in the edited version's outro. I did share it on the Slack chat this morning, I think, when I was half asleep. Unless I was at work, then I was probably very half asleep. But I will put that on the end of this episode that Jay put together last night. And this is, the best bits of our show, according to the listeners, as well as the best bits of Digimon.
Well, the best bits that anyone gave me timestamps for or that I could find.
Yes.
There's tons more stupid crap. Which totally gives me an excuse because next year I can do a whole different one.
Which is good. I mean, hopefully we continue to be funny in a year. I mean, in a year we will be...
Hopefully I'm still alive.
Oh, that's grim.
No, it's not grim, it's hopeful.
In a year it's... I think we'll be done with Digimon almost. Or thereabouts. We'll be starting Lost in Translationmon. And then we can do... Don't look so happy. We'll still have to do, like, Digimon series that they released after. Like, hopefully they don't stop Digimon. Bye, Mark! And stop being happy. Your happiness isn't why I have you here, Jay. And so, yeah, thank you for listening, and to people in the live chat, thank you for watching. We've never done a live podcast. We've live streamed, but we haven't live podcast. So there's, like, you know, I had to do, like, 3 things. I had the notes, and I had the recording, and I had the this. And so, yeah, so thank you for listening if you're on iTunes, and thank you for watching if you're on YouTube. Now,
thank you for joining us for Lost in Translationmon.
Why do you hate me?
Lost in Translationmon.
And I keep on getting distracted by my face. I'm liking my hair at the moment, not so much the rest of me. And...
Delete.
Yes, delete. So, thank you. Yeah, thank you for watching. This episode will be up, like, in its full recording glory on our YouTube, but the edited version will be on our iTunes, and it will have the clip show at the end, which is another 20 minutes of podcast. So, look forward to that. So, yes, thank you for coming, and Jay's going to read the outro stuff because I'm really tired. Yes, the whole thing.
Can we just not use a recording of an old one?
No.
Why do we never get to do that?
Because,
it would save us so much time!
Because I feel like it's
genuine, that's why.
Genuine
it's
stuff,
genuine, right?
yeah.
So, for the thousands in attendance, for the millions listening at home.
We have one question. D-Day Discobot says, semi-side question, will you guys be also covering the Crosswalls manga while also doing, like, the season? Yes, we will be covering it, depending on if we're up to it before we do Cross Wars, we'll hold off and we'll finish it after Cross Wars. But yes, we will be covering the Cross Wars manga because it is people who hate Cross Wars say that the Cross Wars manga is really good.
Well, as far as I'm aware, we're doing one manga thing at a month, which means that even getting to the V-Table will take us a full year.
Well, yeah.
And then getting to... Look, we're going to be doing the manga forever, is what I'm going to say.
Yeah, there's lots of it.
We'll get there.
And then we'll do the Atmon manga, which is good. I'm liking it so far, with my limited Japanese.
Is that... It's just because it's nighttime that Palmon has a different colour of
No, that's not Palmon, that's Aruramon.
What? What is that?
It's probably one of the first recolors of a Digimon. She's from Digimon World, well, the
Fair
first
enough.
one.
Don't care anymore.
Okay,
Alright.
continue.
For the thousands in attendance, for the millions listening at home, you can contact us and stay updated on emails at lostintranslationmon@gmail.com, or you can comment on this episode or message us on SoundCloud. You can follow us at Translationmon on Twitter, and you can find us on Lost in Translationmon on Tumblr, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We have a discussion thread on With the Will and a Reddit thread on the Digimon subreddit. We'd appreciate it if you would review us on iTunes and or Stitcher. We also have a website. You should go on there. May's done a lot of really good work on it. And she's a programmer, it's professional, it's very pretty. And you can vote there in our weekly poll, which this week we only have one. We used to have 2.
No, we always have a weekly poll.
No, we only have 1 weekly poll instead of 2.
There's still the Polyrath not being, is being a frog.
I won that argument though, it's on YouTube, you can watch it, you can see her concede. So there's no reason to even answer on that poll, is what I'm trying to tell you. But if you do, not a problem. Look at the Digimon wiki, basically. Not Digimon. God! The Pokemon Wikipedia, you can see it. It's in all of the Pokedexes. Yeah, you can donate to our Patreon, which is linked in the description, from as little as $1 a month. $1 a month will get you access to our listener Slack chat group.
This is why I usually do it.
Higher levels get you exclusive notes, informations, early and unedited recordings, the ability to suggest discussion topics, Skype calls with May and Jay, and more. We reach our next milestone. We'll start a monthly series. We already did the Digimon manga.
Oh, yes. So I
upgraded our stuff. I think.
No,
already there.
Already there.
I don't. What's the next one?
Well, technically, we're not actually at the manga one anymore because someone dropped their thing. So
well, then we'll continue the Digimon manga. It's now hostage, apparently. And thank you to our Patreon supporters, Sam Krieger, who hosts a podcast called The Moncast, which talks about Pokemon and Digimon, Stevie, who's also Stevie on YouTube, and you can find the link to their channel in the description, Wu Qinglong, who you can find at twitch.tv/Wu Qinglong, Metal Mamimon, Joe, Anime Guy, who's Anime Guy Kurosaki and the number 1 on YouTube, Chuckmon, Ishwabamba, Hiro Olato, who's at Hiro Olato on Twitter, Jason Morosky, Ryuchi, who's Frost Magic on Archive of Our Own, Stephen Reeves, who's at WildWing64 on Twitter, Kaidawashi, Mac, Noam, who's in our chat right now, Riku, also in our chat right now, Red and Garen from Bread Digimon with Breakimon.
From Brexit with Europe.
From Breakfast with Digimon, which is another Digimon podcast you can find on SoundCloud. Chisai, also who was in the chat, who is in the chat, I don't know. You can follow Chisai236 on Tumblr. Corey, Kyle, the Lady Bugman, whose anime blog you can find at baghoobaragu.wordpress.com. Small Wolfie, who's on Tapastic as Small Wolfie, and has a comic called Eden of Melancholy. Tom and Glitchcoat and yes or no? Azrael
McCool, yes.
Alright, Azrael McCool!
Yeah,
we have an old version.
So yeah, I set up this segment guide obviously about a month or so ago, before we'd started the manga, and I haven't edited it because I was lazy, I guess, and I forgot. So yeah, it's not fully up to date, and it should be. And also Jay's holding the microphone, so I really hope that actually sounds okay for the actual recording, because Jay wanted to do a wrestling reference.
And I noticed that we have 15 people in our stream at the moment watching No Game.
Just came for the ending of me playing with toys.
What's important? I want to apologize to I guess 2 people, and I don't know, maybe it's just all these people who were in and ducked in and out. 16 people out. We have people ducking out who people just showing up now. People are just showing up now. We're finished. We just finished the show.
Yeah, I want to go to bed.
But thanks for joining us. And you can make a one-off donation on PayPal, which you can find linked in the description. It is paypal.me/Airdramon. Make sure you let us know it's for the podcast, because May likes to buy Digimon merch. It's unbelievable. It's everywhere. Unescapable. But thank you. Thank you for coming with us tonight. Thank you for being with us for 2 years if you've been with us the whole time. Thank you for joining us at all if you've joined us sort of in the middle and you've listened to all our episodes. Thank you for appreciating that, because we do this stuff for you guys.
Yeah.
Because if you guys weren't around, I would have left a long time ago, and May would just be staring at a wall with her microphone and being like, I like Digimon, and it's different in Japanese.
I would be very, very lonely if it wasn't for Jay and for the listeners, and we appreciate that, and hopefully we can continue to do the podcast thing. And Noam says that he's happy to be part of the Digi family, and it is. The Digimon fandom is a family, and it's great, because that's why fandom's good. It's the good things. I'm very tired. And
good night to everyone in the chat. Good night to everyone who's listening to this, no matter what time of day it is. Go have a sleep. You deserve it.
Yeah, for the people it's like 4 a.m, thank you for coming into our stream. But please have a little nap, please, for me.
Nappy nap.
Like, I'm going to sleep too. Well, we can have like a group nap. It'll be great. Great fun.
And we will see you next year. Bye, everybody.
And also join us after the outro music for clip show that Jay did. But yeah, I'm stopping the recording.
Be proud
of
me.
Bye.
Bye.
And now
you guys still get to see us for like 3 more seconds, but I gotta go home. I gotta play Blood Bowl.
And no, you've got to eat. Have you eaten dinner?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you ate dinner. Well done.
I have a Blood Bowl game at 9. I have to go.
Yeah, I'd like to say that I always have some. Yeah, Jay has to drive home.
I don't live here.
Yeah, we don't live together yet.
Not yet.
We plan on living together.
It's gonna make recording really easy, but also really hard, because if we're like having a little bit of a disagreement, you're like, we've got to record though.
Yeah, I wish I had more fan fiction to read, because Jay likes to laugh at me. But
there's more of the fan fiction coming. It's just already happening. It's in the works. I don't know what you want.
Well, it's got a 3-way tie at the moment for the Choose Your Own Adventure part.
I told you, just tell me what they are. I'll tie break it. I don't care.
But yeah,
I'll tell you exactly what to do.
I'm probably going to work out now. Maybe. No, I may be bed.
It's 8:20. Go to sleep.
Oh yeah, it's past my bedtime.
All right.
So yes, thank you for coming, and I have to say goodbye to Jay, so I'm ending the stream now. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope it was enjoyable. I hope us fumbling through our the first live episode.
Listener?
I think we have lots of Australian listeners.
No, Australia's one.
How do I even edit this? I always now. Here's the part of the stream that I have trouble with. I have to. Yes, well, we are currently saving up to move in together. Okay, how do I end this? So yeah, see you guys. I think it's still going. Bye!